Lord Krishna blew his Pāncajanya and Arjuna his Devadatta, and Bhima of terrific deeds blew his mighty conch, Paundra. The conch that Sri Krishna blew is very important. He blew the conch, which is called the Pāncajanya conch. There's a small story behind the Pāncajanya conch, which is very, very important. Sri Krishna, when he had killed Kants, you all know the story from when you were kids, so I don't need to go too much into detail, you've probably seen the TV program. He studied at Sandip Muni's hermitage. He was his Sri Krishna's guru. He acquired his studies, acquired great knowledge, he knew all about his arts. What happens when you've completed your studies with a guru? It's time to leave and depart, and what we call a guru dakshina comes, where the pupil gives a present to his guru. That system was set up not for the guru, but for that pupil. Because when someone's done so much for you, is giving you that guidance in life, it's impossible to pay that back. And that guilt burden stays with you sometimes through your entire life. If someone owes you 20 million, if you owe someone 20 million pounds, and you know there's no way you can possibly pay that back, such a huge guilt burden, hence that guru dakshina was set up to relieve the burden of the pupil and not for the teacher. I can say, kind of, hands down, I can never repay my guru for what he's done for me. In the same way, you have this thing of giving. So, Saint Sandip Muni told Sri Krishna, your studies are completed, now you can go back. Sri Krishna told Sandip Muni, Guruji, what donations shall I give you? Sandip Muni was pure of heart and told him, is this what you've learnt from me? You're asking me what donations you can give? Sri Krishna said, it's not like that. I want to give you something special. Many people are giving you many donations after completing your studies, but I want to give you something special. I want to fulfill the wishes in your mind. Just tell me. Sandip Muni did not say anything. So Sri Krishna inquired from the other pupils and found out that there was a demon by the name of Pāncajanya who had captured Sandip Muni's son. When we say demons, they're used to describe people with horns and teeth sticking out. They're not that. They're just people that were bad people. You have the demon described called Kalyavan, who attacked Dwarka, the city of Sri Krishna. Kalyavan was not a demon, he was a Greek. The word Kalya is used in Sanskrit to simplify people from a Greek background, like Greek coins and so on. Hence, you've got that Kalyavan. He was the first foreigner to ever attack India. He attacked 17 times, he was defeated. In this case, the demon is called Pāncajanya, and there's very, very deep meaning behind this. If Sri Krishna found out that this guru's pupil had been kidnapped, and Sri Krishna realized that only if he brings that son back will it be an adequate donation to the saint. If you look at society, right from the beginning, there have always been demons. For example, when you had Ram, you also had Ravan as well. All the time you had demons. It's the practice and aims of demons are only one thing: to stop good practice in society and carry on bad practices. This is what demons have been doing all the way today. When you see a good, well-mannered child, especially you see it in India and nowadays at school, growing up, you have these people in India who you call pushers, who go and take children, they give them chocolates, and they put some kind of drug, like cocaine in it. The child takes that, the child goes completely down the wrong route, and it completely ends the child's life. The good cultures and manners and great, this culture has been passed down, it's been given to the child, it goes down the drain because of what has happened. This person put in the child's chocolate. Same over here. If someone's from a good cultural background, goes to university, for example, they may have never drunk in their life, never done drugs in their life. This is what happened. These people continually offering them, drink this. Sometimes it's a person's fault for saying this, but he's been put in such an environment where he's got peer pressure, where people are continuously doing that kind of bad practices, trying to stop those good practices. Hence, there have always been those demons in society, people from a good, cultured, well-mannered background, people telling them not to listen to this great culture, great history, Sanskrit culture, which you've been brought up to believe, and take them down the wrong route. And this thing that the child is introduced to doesn't even affect them for a few years throughout university, it destroys their whole life. They've been so good up to the age of 18, they've done all their studies, they get to 18, go to university, and their life goes down the drain. They've lost all that potential that we talked about at the beginning. This is the aim of demons, to ruin a person's life. So this good morals and everything gets destroyed. So this demon Pāncajanya took Sandip Muni's son. He saw that Sandip Muni was doing good practice in society, spreading good thoughts. So he was making people build their lives for the good. So he decided to take Sandip Muni's son, because if Sandip Muni were to leave that hermitage in upset over his son being kidnapped, then all these good practices will stop. Therefore, he took his son and led him down the wrong route. Sri Krishna found out about this, searched through the 7 seas, found out where Pāncajanya is. He had taken Sandip Muni's son. He tried to negotiate with him again. Pāncajanya didn't comply to Sri Krishna's wishes. Demons never comply, and he could never do the right thing. So Sri Krishna defeated Pāncajanya, killed him, and created the Pāncajanya conch with his ashes. And Sri Krishna carried out this with him everywhere he went. Hence, Sri Krishna ensured that these good activities can always continue in society. And it's this conch that is created with Pāncajanya's ashes is called the Pāncajanya, and Sri Krishna's always kept that with him. This is to show that whoever creates bad activities, this demonous activities, evil activities in the world, Sri Krishna will always oppose them. And hence, these people fighting these bad activities may be in the majority, and the people in the, doing good are maybe in the minority. Look at it. The Kauravas had 18 legions. Pandavas had 7. The majority of people were the Kauravas. In the same way, you've got throughout history, majorities always discriminated against minorities that may have been in the right. Shri Krishna always says the Pandavas were in the minority, and Shri Krishna says that I am with you. That's the simplification of the Pāncajanya conch. So the second conch that was played by Arjun is called Devadatta. There's a story behind this as well. This is because the town Kandav was set on fire, and the fire god Agni, it was set on fire by the Pandavas, and the fire god Agni gave his conch to Arjun, and the conch is named Devadatta. Deva means God, given to him by God. So the name, that's the conch used by Arjun. Secondly, you've got the name used by Arjun, which is called Dhanamjaya. There's 2 possible interpretations of this verse. The first is, when the Pandavas did the Rajasyu Yagna, Arjun went into the north direction to win and bring back wealth. And hence, he's Dhanamjaya, one who wins wealth. We discussed in one of my previous talks that in other cultures, for example, I completely adore Christ, and I've studied his working holies. I love his teachings. There's one thing I don't agree with Jesus Christ. One quote that he said, that it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than a rich man to go in heaven. This is not the thinking in Sanatana Dharma. In Indian culture, we respected wealth. A person gets wealth. He said in the 6th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, a person has done good in his life, done good karmas, he's rewarded with wealth, and is rewarded in a family where he can continue those good activities. So wealth is worshipped. Hence, before Diwali, we've got Dhanteras, which is the worship of wealth, because you need wealth to achieve anything in life. Then you've got Kali Chodas, the goddess represents Kali, represents power. You need wealth, but you can still be open to abuse and misuse if you haven't got if you haven't got power. You've got power. Then you've got Diwali, which represents knowledge, wealth, power, money. Because there's lots of people in the world who have wealth and power, but don't have knowledge. And look what's happened in their life. Look what's happened with the credit crunch. Hence, you need all those 3 things. When you have wealth, power, and money, numerous lamps are lit in your life. Friendship, compassion. You can do so many things when you've got those wealth, power, and knowledge. Hence, they're worshipped as goddesses. Okay? And gods. So that's Dhanamjaya, the first meaning. Second interpretation for it is one who is won over wealth. When we win wealth, some people become slaves to it, like the people, Jerome Keto and the rest of the person being tried right now. By over here, Arjun has won over wealth, and hence we've got Dhanamjaya. This is Arjun, who blew the Devatam conch. The name used for Bhim is Bhima Karma. This means one of terrific deeds, because Bhima was terrific, he was gigantic. The word Vrukotara is used alongside Bhim's name. In Ayurveda, there's a fire by the name of Ruk in people's stomachs. The thing about this fire, it doesn't let someone's hunger get satisfied. No matter how much this person eats, he still gets hungry. So it was the same thing that in the Mahabharata there's a description when Bhima was a child, no matter how much he ate, his hunger would never be satisfied. But then his mother Kunti would make a small laddu, and his hunger will go straight like that. So no matter how much he ate, so if something had his mother's love in it, then his hunger would be satisfied. It's the same thing in the world. No matter how much the world gives you, it will never satisfy you unless you have your mother's love. And mother not only means your biological mother, but also the mother of all, the Lord, whatever you want to call the Lord. You can even call it the universe. And therefore, mother means not only the biological mother, but God, that can give you that satisfaction. So, you got that. No matter what you get in the world, and no matter what the world says to you, the Lord just says once, Ek bar kaho Tulsidas meha, as it says in Ramcharitmanas, Ek bar karo Tulsidas mera. Just say once that Tulsidas, you are mine. If the mother says it once, then you get that bliss. And Bhima blew that conch, Paundra. Okay, we've got some very, very fascinating 3 verses, and this is what some of you may have been waiting for. I said I was going to explain the full order of the way the conches were blown. We're going to do 16, 17, 18 together. They're together on the page you've got there. So let's do them together.